Bethany, welcome to today's video. So today I'm actually going to be walking through and doing a wrap up for June in my Plum Paper planner. I thought it'd be fun to take a look at all the extra pages. I feel like so many times I set them up and then kind of like just leave them and never really come back to them. But I really think the way I have them set up in this book is going to be really helpful to me. And so I want to be able to go back and kind of check my progress. And I think that videos like this are going to help keep me accountable to actually do what I plan on doing. So like I said, I kind of want to look at the extra pages. So the things that I set up on Move-In, that kind of a thing. Let's go ahead and get started with the year at a glance pages. So what I decided to do for this and what I used in my setup video was I just kind of marked in my little key that I want to use for tracking my workouts on these pages. And so I added walking since my last video on this, and I was able to finally start doing a few walks. And so I think that that will help get me motivated to get back in the swing of things. I had my surgery back on the 19th of May, and so I'm just now this week starting to feel like I'm getting back into it. And I haven't really been able to do true cardio or any lifting yet, which has been incredibly frustrating. But at least I'm getting out and doing some walking here and there. And so this has been going really well. And I'm really liking these pages. And I think once I'm able to fill them in with lots of dots of all my workouts, I think it's going to be really rewarding. So next, moving on to family highlights, what I want to do on this page is just put a little photo, and I printed this picture of my husband with her new nephew, and I want to put this one down for June, and then I'll put some little notes on all the things that happened during the month that I want to highlight. Now there might be other things that happen. I mean, it's got a few more days left in June yet, so if anything else comes up, maybe there'll be a place to add it, maybe not. But it's just nice to look back and say, oh yeah, that happened that month. And so it's just a nice little reminder. And there's not a whole lot of room here, so I don't know how I want to cut this. Okay, so I'm going to we're going to cut off a little bit of Loon's head here. I think it's fine. And then maybe a little bit of his hand as well, just so that this picture will fit and also give me some room for notes. All right, that fits like right in the lines really well. I printed this with my Canon Ivy, so it's just a tiny little printer that prints onto sticker paper basically. And I'm just going to write in a few bullet points of things that happened this month. All right, so just a few things that have been going on this month. We welcomed our nephew. Loon built the golf simulator in the garage. And then also I've been still working on surgery recovery. So yeah, that's pretty much the month. And I think this is really cute. Once it starts to build up, it'll be nice to see all the pictures for the year. And here's my YouTube tracking page. I don't track a whole lot with social media. I only track what are the actual videos I posted. It helps me kind of see what I've already done and maybe what I want to do later. And I've been keeping up with this as I go. So there's not really anything to add or to catch up on this page. My last video, I believe, was the weekly plan with me. So this is up to date already, but it's nice to see how many videos I got up this month. In May, I got up a lot less. And then I think there was like maybe nothing before that the month prior. So I'm really happy that this is kind of coming back and it's been really fun. And here we have the June highlights. So I did get back to meal planning, got back to my laundry schedule, and got back to weekly videos. So I'm really happy that all of my goals for June happened and occurred. Don't forget, I did actually talk to my Grandy yesterday, so I can put a check mark there. I did also find out that this is a Sarasa dry, and at least for me, it doesn't bother me. I can write on this here and it doesn't smear unless I try really, really hard. And I noticed that because these first two here, I accidentally started with this before I went in with the Sharpie, and I had to try really hard to make it smear. So if you're looking closely, you can see there is a smudge on it, but I had to like really try to get that to smear. So yes, it does a bit if you want it to, but I know that if I just leave that and if it mostly dries, it will be fine, at least with this pen to my standards anyway. Under projects, I did get my move-in video done, so that was a check mark. I did not get any plants and probably won't at this point. I just don't know if it's gonna happen this spring, summer at all. And that's okay, it might just not be a really good year for plants. Over here, the habits have been going okay-ish. I mean, there was a bit of a spot in here where it just didn't go very well. I think part of that is the Weight Watchers situation is just not working out for me right now. And that's just because I don't care as much, and I don't really care as much because it's not necessarily helping me. I've been able to maintain my weight without it, and that's really what I'm looking to do right now. So it just hasn't been as important. So I think that was probably a poor habit choice more than it was, anything else. I'm still eating pretty healthy food, and I'm not gaining or losing weight, which is what I want to be doing. So it's just kind of a moot point for me anyway at this point. So I haven't been doing that, but the Peloton dot, I've been picking that back up, and my vitamins, but actually yesterday I did not do any of that. So you know what? It is what it is. But it has been nice to track it and to get back in the mode of like tracking and trying to do something. So in that case, it was a win. Over here on this page, I used it for meal planning. So just really simple stuff. And the week I'm currently in, which is week 4, I just kind of chalked it up to, what, we've got family, we'll figure it out. I planned one meal for Thursday, and then we've got tournament stuff this weekend. So that is what's going on this page. Here's how the monthly spread turned out. I think it's super cute. I really like all the colors. I didn't do much to it after I did the plan with me on this. I think I might have added in a couple things as they came up, but for the most part, not a whole lot to write home about on this page. Moving along through the weeks, here is the after the pen of the first week, after the pen of the second week, after the pen of the fourth week, and here's the week I'm currently in. This is the plan with me I uploaded yesterday. All right, so next we've got what I've heard some people call the dead weeks. I have not heard that until this week, and then I've heard like a couple people call this the dead week. So in Plum Paper, they always give you like an extra one. So in July, there's gonna be one that has the color here, and this will be grayed out. And that's because everything's customized. You can start whatever month you want. So they have these extra pages in there. So every month you get this extra stuff. So I've seen a lot of ideas on how to address this. I've come up with my own this time, and what I'm going to do is I've created these monthly review sticker pages. So this is just sticker paper, and I just printed it out, and I use my Cameo to do the cut here, but obviously you could just use a scissor, right? I mean, it's a square, so it just went around. Sorry, technically it's a rectangle, but this is a page for this went well, and a page for growth. So I'm going to do my best to stick these down carefully. Next, I'm going to use this for like a little review to do on the dead weeks. All right, so I'm gonna take my little unicorn scissors here and just snip along. I saw someone else do it. I wish I could give them credit. I cannot remember which video I saw this on now, but basically you just cut off the extra to give you a way to get started for when you have a big sheet like this, and it makes the sticker easier to manipulate when you don't have as much extra paper. So this is how it turned out. I really like this. I like looking at what went well and kind of giving myself a little pat on the back, and then seeing what I want to accomplish next month. This is also, I think, a really good brainstorm for when I set up my goals for July. So when I move over onto that highlights page, I won't be totally at a loss. I've got some stuff already kind of figured out. So what went well is for home, Loon did install that golf simulator. He's really loving that. And I got some of my cleaning routines back on track, which was good. For fitness, increased activity and added in walking. Like I mentioned before, a new nephew arrived, and we've had lots of family in and out. So it's been really great to see everyone. For planning, I got this new book that I'm currently in, and I think that was a win. Down here, I did increase my YouTube videos, which has been fun as well. For areas of growth, I put that I want to actually get back to some deep cleaning because that's something where I've been into my basic kind of maintenance routines. I definitely haven't done any deep cleaning and there are some areas that need it. I also want to get back to decluttering, which would be nice to resume those things as well. For fitness, I want to get back into cardio again, at least, even if I'm not back to lifting, I should definitely be able to get back to cardio. And I also need to find a project. I really like working on my fitness when I have something to work for, whether it be training for a race or training for a bodybuilding show or doing, training for something or even completing a program. I like to do something that's like work on this thing to accomplish something. And so I need to figure out what that is. So I'm not just aimlessly working out for working out's sake. That's okay for a little while for me. And I've been doing that for a while before I had surgery even, but I really need something to sink my teeth into. Even if I don't start it, I would like to at least find something that I can start planning to do. For family, I want to get back to our family game night and date night. And then for planning stuff, I definitely could increase my Instagram posting. I've noticed sometimes I'm really proud of a spread and then I never post it and I can't look back at it and that makes me kind of sad. So I really want to get better at Instagram posting and increasing my YouTube videos because I love doing them. So that is my monthly review and I like using this for those dead pages. For the next pages, I just use those for some notes and things. And these notes pages I didn't use at all, so I'm going to remove them so I have more space for stickers and other things. And at the back of the book, I have a couple pages there as well I want to follow up on. All right, so at the back of the book, here's how the reading challenge is going. I'm on track. So as long as I finish my book this month in the next few days, I'll still be right on track to read my 12 books in 2021, which I know doesn't sound like a lot. I know some of you are crazy readers and that's amazing. But for me, I think I maybe read 2 or 3 books last year. It's awful. So doing 12 would be really big for me. And so far I'm on track and I've really been liking this page. Nothing so far for projects or declutter yet. I know there are open spaces that I will use later. And then also fitness goals. I'm looking forward to planning this first one like I just mentioned. And that does it for my wrap up of June in my Plum Paper hourly planner. Thank you so much for joining, especially if you're here all the way at the end. I totally appreciate you. Hope you have a great rest of your week, great day, and we will chat soon. Bye guys.